Are you confused yet? Hey guys, I'm Corey. Let's make sure great. And we are going to make Bionatops today. So, for those who do not know, Bionatops is a dinosaur, one of the 3 dinosaurs that came out in the vintage collection, but only came out, I think, in Europe. I don't think it came out in Canada, but did not come out in the United States. He is like a robotic or semi-robotic. I guess he's actually kind of like an android because he's got some robotic parts, but not all robotic parts. I don't know. Anyway, he's like a robotic Triceratops. I couldn't think of the name for a second. And technically this is not a Triceratops, I don't think. I think this is like a Angliotops or something, but it's gonna work for what we need to do. To do this, of course, we need some Milliput, which I always have, and some other parts. These are some Legos. These are guns from a land shark, a vintage one. You can tell by the barrels of the guns. And I'm gonna get to sculpting. These are mainly for the gun thing, which I'll kind of show you. I will say when this part comes up, anyone who is going to be upset that I am potentially gluing and ruining Lego, I will try to include timestamps as to when you can skip ahead if need be. But that being said, we are going to get going. So like I normally do, I printed out a thing of what he looks like along with a little more close-ups of the guns. And while mine won't be exactly like that, it'll be at least good reference. I also kind of made my own little drawing of what mechanical bits I need to make or sculpt on him. The best I can tell, this is kind of symmetrical from one side to the other. I don't know if it actually is or not, but mine's going to be as symmetrical as I can make it. So I got these Legos at a local shop to me called Eternia Dream. They do have a YouTube channel, but they just had a grand opening of their new store. And I got this there, and you can get a whole little thing like this of Lego for $9. Or they have like a bigger one that you can get for, I think it was $15. The only stipulation was that the lid closed, and that was pretty easy to do. So, we're gonna start going through this and figuring out what pieces I need and how they work and go from there. So Lego's gonna work great for a lot of this, but we're gonna need a little more. And the good thing is, like, I have both land shark guns. Sorry about that. And looking at the one, like, I don't have a handle on this one, which I've already kind of figured out. Like, I can just use something to make a handle. This one has a handle, but it's got a double barrel, which I don't need a double barrel. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is use parts of both. I might Frankenstein these together into their own kind of guns, and then use the parts I've done to kind of complete it. But also, I just dropped it, that's what the big noise was. This is just a piece of ABS plastic or whatever. I got a big sheet of it, and I can cut this up and use this to kind of help make some of the things I need. And I also have the little sheets, which is fun too. But between all of this, we should be able to get these guns working really good. I think what I really want to do with this is use it to help this go over those horns. Okay, so this is my plan. I don't have one bit that's big enough. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill pilot holes with this one, and then I'm gonna use the step bit to get the rest of the way. I cut another piece. This I'm going to use for the, whatever it's called, sight thing. But I'm going to have to cut off the other gun and then modify this to be its, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I gotta sand this with nail file. So those aren't exactly like the vintage ones, but that's okay. They don't have to be, and I'm totally happy with them. So the guns are done. We're gonna go ahead and put these aside. They still need to be painted. That's why I wasn't really worried about the multicolors, because I'm just gonna paint the whole thing silver anyway. I think I'm gonna go ahead and prime these and let the primer sit for a while. Once the primer's done, then I can kind of go from there. So now with the guns all done, we need to start adding circuitry to him. So, like I said before, I kind of did a rough drawing of what I need to add and stuff like this. And I'm going to do most of this with Milliput. I might add a couple other things that will work a little better, maybe for like the wires and stuff like that. I might just glue them on because I can get them a little straighter that way. I'm not 100% yet, so we'll see as we go. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing some Milliput. So that's not all I need to do, but that is a really, really good start. Like, I've gotten something at least on every appendage that I needed to. Yeah, the first round of this is mostly cured. There's a bunch of wires and stuff like that. For some of these right here and that go under them, I'm going to use this old wire. I think this should work for the one that goes under him. Some of these little ones that go here, and maybe that one, I haven't really decided yet. I think I'm going to find like a thinner one. Maybe like the pieces to this battery pack that I used, similar to this is actually the exact same one as I used for the laser light He-Man. I will plug that video at the end. But these are a little thinner, and I think they'll work better for the stuff alongside his head. So let's go from there. So I ain't got much left. Well, that sounded really redneck. I didn't mean it to. I don't have a whole lot left. I gotta do the little band like around this horn right here. This part right here around these two horns. And I gotta do all of this down here. And that's really it. But I want to let this kind of set up a little bit. So I'm hoping to, I'm gonna let this cure overnight, but I mean, even if I don't do those parts, I think I'm good. But I do at least want to do the back angles. I think that's that, and I need to do the little jaw thing. But I just don't want to mix up a whole lot more and not need it all. So I'm gonna wait and do those tomorrow. One thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and spray paint the guns silver. That way they can be drying. And to do so, we're just gonna use chrome spray paint and go from there. Okay, oh, that milliput is dry and cured and all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and sculpt mix some more up, sculpt the last few things I gotta do. Oh, dude, I'm so happy with this. Like, oh, this is so cool. Okay, we have to let this cure. This has to cure all the way. It's not gonna take too much longer. I've been doing this for about an hour, so I got about 2 or 3 left. And then we can start painting. so with my super advanced setup here, we're gonna go ahead and start painting. So what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be hard to do while he's wet, is I'm going to go ahead and paint the bottom side while I have it in my hand, and then I will put him down and paint the rest. Now, it could be lights, it could just be whatever, but it always looks like this part, the top of them, is a little lighter. Again, it's probably lights, but I do like kind of the aesthetic, so I'm gonna recreate it. I'm gonna go a real light pass with this, see if we can achieve the same effect. And see, the cool thing about this also is, like, if this dries in a little bit and I don't like it, I used to do a second coat of the other green, and it's not a big deal. So the conundrum is this. He looks so good right now. And like, this is totally like how the vintage one would have been, right? I just gotta remove the masking, and he's already got an upgrade because the horns are a different color. But like, I was totally intending on doing silver in places. Now I'm not so sure. I think I might need to contact a couple different people and get some opinions, because this looks so good. All right, so that didn't take long at all, guys. And I gotta say, like, he does look really good. I don't know if I like him better with the silver. I do like him with the silver, but I don't know. There was something charming about him looking like a more articulated version of just the vintage one with all the green. That being said, I am very, very happy with him. I'm happy with him. In complete transparency, I did have to modify the guns. They were way tall. I will actually include a before and after right about now. They were just way big. Like, he even was holding them up like above his head. So I had to cut them down. I almost left them like that, and I was like, no, if you're gonna do it right, right? So I'm happy with them now. Hindsight being 2020, I probably should. They needed to go out more, not where they are, but it's fine. Anyway, guys, hopefully you like this. If you did, there's gonna be a whole playlist right here of customs I've done. You can check them out. One of the videos I said I was gonna link, I'll put here. Forget which one I said I was gonna do. When I'm editing this, it'll be fresher in my mind. But if not, there'll be a video here. You can subscribe here, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.